Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis.
And I'm Jacqueline Matter. Thanks for joining us.
First tonight, 4 Braden River High School boys have been arrested, charged with sexually assaulting a 13-year-old girl.
A 5th suspect's arrest still pending. Investigators say the 13-year-old victim snuck out of her home back on August 18th to meet a boy and watch Netflix. Then 4 other teenage boys came over, and she says she overheard an argument between them talking about her age and virginity. She says one of the boys then came back into the room, made her take off her clothes, and began to have non-consensual sex with her. 4 other boys, one by one, came into the room and also had non-consensual sex with her. Investigators say one of those boys originally denied having sex with the girl, then later admitted that he did, but claimed it was consensual. The victim says it took her this long to come forward because she feared for her safety. A family in Manatee County is mourning the loss of half of their home after a fire earlier this afternoon. Fire officials responded to a fire on 19th Street East in Bradenton around 3:45 p.m. The shed caught fire when later spread to the house. It took 23 minutes for fire officials to get that fire under control.
The damage looks like it's about 50% damaged inside, but the house is uninhabitable this time.
We were inside and we heard a big explosion and everybody was yelling. Then the little shed caught on fire right behind the house, and then it went from the tree to the shed to the house.
All 5 people who were inside the home managed to get out in time. The cause of that fire is still being investigated.
Longboat Key police are investigating after a woman's body is found in a sauna. It happened Tuesday at the Longboat Key moorings. Police say a 54-year-old woman was found in the sauna unresponsive. An autopsy is being performed to find out how she died. Police were back on the scene this afternoon collecting items from the scene as part of that investigation. There's no word yet on the name of the woman.
A Sarasota law firm filed a lawsuit claiming the City of Venice violated public records laws. The lawsuit claims city employees were texting government business on their phones but not keeping the text messages as records. The city did have an anti-texting rule and had blockers on the phones. However, a software update made it possible for some employees to text. The law firm found that some of those messages were deleted, and now they're working to recover them.
Public records belong to the public. If government officials are communicating about public business and then delete that information, that violates the law.
Venice City Council members will have a private meeting with their attorney as early as next week to discuss the next move forward.
Pretty nice day here on the Sun Coast. A little breezy out there,
yeah,
but nice evening, I think, on the way. Let's get a check on that with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan. Bob?
Yeah, it really is going to be a nice evening after a kind of a cool start, too. Although it's windy out there right now, that's the biggest downfall of the weather at this point. You can see some high cirrus clouds have been racing overhead throughout the day today, but then later this afternoon we had a little bit more sunshine, and looks like calm conditions on the waters, not quite yet, but it will be there by, I think, tomorrow. Later on in the day, although 68 degrees right now, the dew point is at 51 and the humidity at 55%. East winds are at 13 and the pressure is still rising, still continuing to rise. 30-32, just an hour ago was at 30-30. And as far as the marine forecast goes, there is still a small craft should exercise caution throughout the rest of the evening and through tonight if you plan on any evening boating trip there. And tomorrow that should subside to 15 knots, so we'll go down just a little bit. Out to the west of us, a very active subtropical jet stream. We got a piece of energy coming down through the plain states. The two shall meet and gather across the northern portion of the Gulf of Mexico over the weekend and bring some big changes our way. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But for your day planner tomorrow, looks to be pretty good. We'll have generally sunny skies to start the morning off. Now, it will be a little bit of a breeze tomorrow, so it will feel cooler than 56. It will warm up, though, to 74. So it's a day for jackets and sweaters maybe to start the morning, and then we'll get rid of those by the afternoon with highs into the mid-70s for the most part. No threat of any rainfall with a high pressure like that. You can bet we're not going to see any rain around. We'll have more in the forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
Okay, thank you so much, Bob. Residents in East Manatee County will soon have some new places to eat, shop, and work out.
A huge retail project will be getting underway soon near the Heritage Harbor development right at State Road 64 and Heritage Greenway. ABC 7's Rick Adams joins us live from there tonight with more on the story. Rick?
Yeah, guys, good evening. This is a very big project for this area. Pretty soon, this land will look very different. Around 60,000 square feet of retail space will go on these 9 acres. It will include a fitness center, restaurants, and many other businesses. Many say there's a tremendous need for something like this here.
We've seen that need grow, certainly with the opening of Fort Hammer Bridge. The traffic pattern has changed on State Road 64, so not only the residents here, but kind of the convenience retail of people traveling east and west on State Road 64, that traffic has increased significantly. So we feel strong demand as kind of the time is right, so to speak.
And we're being told ground will be broken here within the next 45 days, and it should be open for business by November. Reporting live from East Manatee this evening, I'm Rick Adams. Back to you.
All right, Rick, thank you. USF Sarasota Manatee hosting a lecture with the director of the Chicago Cubs Mental Skills Program. Josh Lefrak will leading the talk as part of the university's Career Success Lecture Series. He has helped baseball players overcome mental obstacles and then achieve their goals. He believes those same skills can be used by anyone to succeed.
I think the takeaway, what they'll hear from Josh, is that he had really humble beginnings and, had a varied career, but really worked his way up and now has found something that really he is proud of. It's the right fit for him and has really made an amazing career for himself.
USF officials say the 6 elements of career success that their students strive for are knowledge, skills, mindset, networks, experiences, and credentials.
After spending more than 5 years pleading with the Florida legislature to legalize medical marijuana, a Bradenton couple was back in Tallahassee today. Kathy and Bob Jordan are asking a judge to overturn a state law that bans patients who qualify to use medical marijuana from smoking their treatment. Kathy has suffered from Lou Gehrig's disease for more than 3 decades. Deputies confiscated marijuana plants from the couple's home back in 2013, but prosecutors decided not to charge them. After hearing today's arguments, Leon County Circuit Judge Karen Givers said she would try to issue a ruling quickly.
An upcoming sold-out event on the Suncoast is being relocated to a different venue because of weather concerns. 1,500 people currently have tickets to the Forks and Cork Grand Tasting event this Sunday. It was supposed to take place at the Ringley Museum of Art Courtyard, but will now be held at Feld Entertainment Studios in Ellenton. The Sarasota Manatee Originals say the location change was prompted by the possibility of inclement weather on Sunday afternoon. They don't want to rain out. So you've got a roof at Feld, and it's a huge facility. It can fit a lot of people inside,
right.
too.
And of course, the threat of possible lightning,
Yeah.
You don't want to have that many people in that kind of condition.
Still to come in your Suncoast News tonight, text messages between 2 FBI officials mentioning a secret society has a number of Republicans concerned on Capitol Hill.
And a former USA Gymnastics doctor will spend the rest of his life in prison. Why that fallout is just beginning for the organizations he worked for.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes? B, console her?
Don't worry, sweetie. This is gonna happen a lot.
Or C, find her a new boyfriend?
Nice, single boys. That was weird.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
The classic film Singing in the Rain is coming to the Players Center in a live stage show opening January 17th. All the dances and all the songs you've come to know and love, all a part of our Wild Broadway series. Get your tickets now for this limited run by calling the Players at 365-2494 or visit us online at theplayers.org. You too can be singing in the rain.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Why settle for less? Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Subaru is Kelley Blue Book's 2017 most trusted brand, best overall brand, and lowest 5-year cost to own. And Subaru Forester is an IIHS top safety pick for 12 years running. Now lease the most award-winning small SUV, a new Subaru Forester, for just $219 a month. Or get 0% financing with complimentary maintenance included. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Thank you. You got a king?
Go fish!
It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
A Department of Justice watchdog has announced it's recovered thousands of missing text messages, causing concern among some Republicans on Capitol Hill. Some GOP leaders seized on the texts between Agent Peter Strzok and attorney Lisa Page as evidence of bias against President Trump at the FBI. Congress received the second batch of their texts over the weekend, but 5 months worth of them were missing. The FBI blamed that on a system-wide glitch. But the Justice Department's Inspector General wrote to lawmakers on Thursday that the texts had been retrieved. The exchange released to Congress so far makes reference to a secret society, but it's unclear what exactly that means. The Inspector General is investigating.
Former USA Gymnastics and Michigan State University Dr. Larry Nassar will spend the rest of his life behind bars, but the fallout now just beginning for the organizations that Nassar's victims say enabled his abuse. Nassar's victims are demanding answers, calling for accountability from the institutions that employed him for decades despite years of sexual abuse complaints. The president of Michigan State University, where Nassar worked for nearly 20 years, stepping down yesterday. Leadership changes happening as well at USA Gymnastics. The sentencing marks the end of an extraordinary 7 days of testimony from more than 150 of Nassar's victims.
Larry sought out and took pleasure in little girls and women being sexually injured and violated because he liked it.
The NCAA is investigating to see if any rules were violated in Michigan State's handling of sexual abuse allegations against Nassar.
Well, stay with us, Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan. We'll have a look at your first alert weather forecast for the weekend ahead.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
It's time to take a road trip.
Alabama's got 100 road trips. And if you love the sun, you're gonna love Mobile, where Mardi Gras is king, and the accommodations will make you feel like royalty. You can take a little drive, explore Dauphin Island, or explore the past. We're talking the USS Alabama. Check out these big guns. Alabama's got 100 road trips. Plan yours at alabama.travel.
Which one you gonna take?
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
I witnessed him have 2 heart attacks in ICU. He went through seizures.
We'd much rather have Aaron like this than dead. A lot of parents don't have that luxury.
He can't talk.
He can't walk. This is a condition Aaron will live with for the rest of his life because he abused prescription pills.
Mind your meds. Learn more from the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
About every 3 minutes in America, someone is diagnosed with a blood cancer. Light the Night brings together survivors and supporters to bring light to the darkness of cancer and to help fund life-saving research. Our goal is a world without blood cancers, and we're lighting the path to cures. The discoveries made in blood cancer research have led to breakthrough treatments for many cancers and other serious diseases. Help defeat the darkness of cancer. Join Light the Night today.
Here's today's job of the day. ABC7 is seeking an experienced broadcast engineer to provide technical support for all broadcast equipment. TV broadcast background required. Visit mysuncoast.com/job-of-the-day to apply.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Well, the Forks and Corks event, I know that you were saying you were working with them to talk about some of the weather.
We were looking at it, and you know, the rain is earlier yesterday. It is suggested maybe a little later, and now it's flip-flopping back and forth, and so it's too close to call. You know, it's going to be right there probably in the early afternoon. We'll start to get some light rainfall, and then some heavier stuff will come later on in the day. But even so, it looks like that venue has changed now, so a lot of people who have tickets, and it's a huge event, will now be moving to the, again, Feld Entertainment in Manatee County. Indoors, and the protection there. Also, they have to worry about lightning, and that's another question that came up. Obviously, lightning a big factor. If it indeed happens, they can't have anyone out in the Ringling Museum. Van Wezel webcam showing some clouds around earlier today and kind of cleared out, and we saw the sunshine break through and temperatures warm up and respond. And boy, a lot of cirrus clouds, high clouds composed of ice crystals and jet aircraft moving through the atmosphere, creating some interesting formations that you see right there. There's the contrail that you see. That's the contrail left up from a jet traffic. And then this cloud deck developed, and then the shadow was cast on that from the sun, hitting that and then casting that shadow that you see right there. Kind of interesting cloud formation. Appreciate those photos. And Jack Waters, this just happened, and this is spectacular. This is near Osprey and looking out off toward the Gulf of Mexico. Weather headlines read like this for us now. So we'll still see kind of cooler weather to start today off on Friday, but it will be warmer into the mid-70s we go for high temperatures above average. And then clouds on the increase late Saturday in advance of the storm system. We'll still see a decent day, though. Partly cloudy skies anticipated. And then the first alert day will be Sunday with showers disrupting plans. Have already done so for a lot of outdoor events. Now, the timing of the rain appears to be, looks like, into the midday and continuing to be a little heavier, say, after 5, 6 o'clock in the evening. Satellite and radar picture shows and depicts this active subtropical jet stream. That's the reason why we saw some high clouds around today, streaming in from the Gulf, and no real threat of any rainfall as high pressure continues to be in control. Now, this high pressure ridge had been situated over Georgia. It's now slipping off to the east and will continue to do so at the surface, and it's huge. We'll get this east and northeasterly wind flow tonight and more east to southeast tomorrow afternoon, and that will warm us up into the mid-70s. Satellite and radar imagery not showing any rainfall around, just some high clouds. I wanted to show you the long-range futurecast, and you can see on Sunday at 8 a.m. this particular model, which is the European, showing not a lot of rain to start the day, but then as we progress through time, this is noon, you can see some light rain starting to fill in, and then the darker shades of green indicating a little heavier rainfall. And remember, this is 3 days off, so this is a long way out, and don't specifically set your clock by when the rains are going to be coming, but this is just what it's indicating. We'll show you this again as the models will be running here a little shortly, and then we'll show you another update as far as that goes. But the heavier rains you saw with the yellows and darker greens coming in after 5, 6 o'clock in the evening on Sunday. It should all be out of here by Sunday midday, so we'll keep a rain chance at 20% for a few showers on Monday morning. This is not rainfall, though these two are, I believe, maybe some showers there moving off to the east, but generally all that, again, that military exercise is going on off the Keys. Now, 68 degrees right now, dew point 51. We have an east wind, kind of breezy out there at 13. The pressure way up, 30, 32. And our high today did warm to 71, so you can ride home and send emails up to your friends there in the north. A nice day today. 68 right now, 50 in Jacksonville, 63 in Orlando, 73, 10 degrees warmer in Miami. And the Gulf water temperature now at 60, mid-60s for temperatures up and down the coast. And as far as the boating forecast goes, should exercise caution through the rest of this evening, but winds will come down to 15 knots tomorrow. Still a little bit of a chop out there, a moderate chop on the bays and inland waters. And as far as the extended forecast goes, well, there it is, 74 on Friday, Saturday looking good. Again, this is going to be a first alert weather day on Sunday, so keep that in mind. We'll keep a close watch on any kind of rough weather blowing up. Our chances for rough weather, not all that high, only at 20% for a few thunderstorms there, but 70% chance for rainfall. Saturday looks to be pretty good, though, with mostly cloudy skies late in the afternoon, still warm at 76. Linda?
Coming up, we'll take you behind the scenes in some of the best events in town.
First out the door when it matters most. For more than a decade, he's been right there, everywhere. And when American jobs are on the line, he leads the charge. ABC's World News Tonight with David Muir is America's most watched newscast, and we thank you.
My name is Stefan Campagna. We're Ben Gates and Dramus, and here is your law tip of the week. If you've been injured or arrested, I know this feels like the end of the road, but really it's the beginning of a long, potentially stressful process. So give us a call. Let us give you some peace of mind.
For the last decade, SNS Motorsports of Sarasota has built custom high-performance vehicles for demanding clients worldwide. They're now bringing their 50-plus years of combined build expertise to the parts business. SRQ Performance Parts is your one-stop shop for all your performance parts and accessories.
Start the year off with big savings during the Start Something New event at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Get a brand new Jeep Renegade for as little as $15,999. Find the path to your next great adventure in the all-new Jeep Compass for just $18,999. Or be one of the first to drive away in a 2018 Jeep Cherokee for as little as $19,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
You don't want to miss the annual Venice Orchid Show and Sale February 3rd and 4th at the Venice Community Center. It is the largest orchid show on Florida's west coast with thousands of blooming orchids on display and for sale. You'll also find orchid growing supplies, artwork, jewelry, accessories, and free classes. Make plans now to attend the Venice Orchid Show and Sale February 3rd and 4th at the Venice Community Center. Go to vaos.org online for more details.
Around the neighborhood or around town, you'll feel good and look even better driving your new Fiat. For maximum performance, check out the all-new Fiat Spider. You'll flip over the superior handling and capability, or follow roads less traveled in the Fiat 500X. So go big or go small. With prices starting as low as $13,999, you're sure to find a Fiat that fits your style during the Start Something New event, going on now at Sunset Fiat of Sarasota.
My first job was in sports, and I was so thrilled just to be working in this business. I simply love covering this area. It has been my home for more than 40 years, and now it's wonderful that I can raise my family here as well. I'm Scott Dennis, and I'm here for you. We're in full season now, you may have noticed by our roads, and all of our entertainment venues are rolling out their best offerings.
ABC 7's Linda Carson has a list of some of those must-sees in today's Suncoast scene.
Bagpipes are wailing, welcoming the Sarasota Highland Games and Celtic Festival to the Sarasota County Fairgrounds.
We'll have 5 bands playing at different venues throughout the park. Should be a lot of fun.
We'll have our clans, we have entertainment, we have some really good entertainment this year. We are going to have some good food. We have Highland Glens. Some of our vendors will be Scott's Corner. We also have our Scottish country dancers.
And amazing Scottish athletes.
It's a different, unique experience with the heavy events, the caber toss and the sheaf toss, and a demonstration, the sheepdogs, so it should be a good time.
So what should you do?
Come to the Sarasota Highland Games.
The 10th Annual Jewish Food Festival is Sunday at Temple Sinai. The Carnegie Deli pastrami and corned beef is the star of the show, but there's lots more Jewish food to die for.
We do brisket, we do chicken soup with matzo balls, corned beef, and cabbage soup. We have cabbage rolls, we have knishes, we have blintzes, and right behind me they're making the hummus.
Just to name a few of the many popular dishes. So if you want some great Jewish food cooked by the best cooks in town, then come to Temple Sinai to the Jewish Food Festival Sunday, January 28th from 9:30 to 3. They'll also have entertainment, art, and more. And this weekend at the Oslo Rep, Friday through Monday, you are going to see traditional ballet at its finest and something you have never seen on a ballet stage before. The program is called Moving Identities. One of the 3 ballets on that program, Troy Games, will be a shocker.
And it's all male until now. And we're going to be the first company to do the full piece with a total female cast. So one performance will be all male and the next female, doing again exactly the same choreography. But it's interesting to push the boundaries.
And don't miss the 2018 designer show house called Jewels by the Bay.
You'll see 23 of the leading designers in Sarasota that will be showing current products and colors and new trends. And our thought this year is green design and reuse.
Jewels by the Bay in Granada Park, 7 days a week through February 18th. Linda Carson, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
A lot of those events taking place outside. Maybe Saturday is the better day.
Saturday is going to be the better day, yes. And some rain, showers. Doesn't look like anything too severe, but still disruptive. On Sunday, the chances for showers and very high, 70%, 20% for thunderstorms, so not much.
Wow.
All right. World News Tonight with David Muir is coming up next.
We'll see you again at 11. Have a good night.
Motor Trend said the new Alfa Romeo Giulia is hands down the best sports sedan you can buy today. And named it the 2018 Motor Trend Car of the Year. Rediscover your passion for driving at Sunset Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
I heard about the Detoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Detoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was. I can tell you that you will not find a finer, more professional team of clinicians anywhere in the world.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
My name is Haley. I have Fragile X syndrome. I work with Chartwells at Einstein's and FAU. I like being up front and interacting with students. The students are very nice and very hungry. Having a job is a big ticket for independence.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
Hi, I'm Janelle Hale, founder and CEO of the National Breast Cancer Foundation. No one should face breast cancer alone. When I was diagnosed 36 years ago, there was no internet, and I had to make a decision with little information. Early detection saved my life. It could save yours too. To learn what every woman needs to know about breast cancer, visit nbcf.org/hope.
What to expect when you're expecting a teenager.
Today we're talking about how to wake up your teen, and this works literally every time.
Good kisses. Good kisses. You heard how loud
I heard. It wasn't you. Yeah. It was the...
Is that bacon?
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
When evaluating the Alfa Romeo Stelvio, Car and Driver magazine said every crossover should be this good to drive. We agree. Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.